We've just got a very, very big Paralives update. The last time we heard about Paralives was quite a long time ago, and it was basically just a gameplay reveal trailer. Well, early access has been officially announced. We know when it's coming, and they've given us a brand new gameplay trailer for the early access coming out. I have not seen it yet. It's just come up 20 minutes ago. We're going to react together, and I'm going to give you my opinion about it. I'm really excited. Okay, this is all brand new footage. That's the world. No, guys, look at it. That looks really cute, doesn't it? Shut up. That actually looks really cute. What is it? I don't know. We'll soon find out, though. Well, we know there's an east area, a north area, and a beach. Okay. Well, the game's going to come with the beach. I didn't know that before. I'm just pausing it because I just want to look at every single thing going on here. So this looks a little bit run down. Maybe this is a Povo area of town. Some basic interaction. They're going on a jog together, which is one of the things you can do in Paralives, a group interactions thing. I do think the build mode looks very impressive. Oh, that looks cute. That's a cute little screenshot, isn't it? There's shops. I hope they're not rabbit holes. Oh, I hope you can actually go shopping in. Even if they are rabbit holes, I hope you can click on them at the very least. Okay. I'm very confused about the coffee shop thing, because didn't they say that careers would be a rabbit hole, but then you can see her working in the coffee shop. So I don't quite understand what's going on here. It looks very cute though, doesn't it? And they're showing off some cool, funky housing designs. Guys, I'm so excited for Paralives. The Sims is dead. Yes, it is. The Sims is dead and gone. Look how cool this is. I think, look, they're showing her aging. And all this, I just love the graphics of Paralives. It looks so cool. Guys, I love it. Was that Prince Harry that I just saw there? I think it was. That is Prince Harry. Yes, it is. Guys, tell me right now it doesn't just look like really adorable. Oh, she's sitting against a bath. Oh, why is she crying? They're arguing. Is this their version of Bob and Eliza pancakes? Because I know you guys were thinking that as well. I'm just like in awe. I just think the game looks incredible. No, guys, I mean, doesn't it look really cool? Obviously, this is just an orchestrated trailer right now, so the actual gameplay could be horrendous for all we know. But it literally, oh, this is the world map, it seems. Paralives 8th of, okay. Should we just change it back to data? I just want to have a look at the world map. So it looks like we've got this town area at the top of the hill. It's all surrounded by water. Then we've got the lighthouse. Then we got, I don't know how many of these buildings are real versus how many are rabbit holes or like a decoration. I really hope Paralives doesn't have a ton of set dressing buildings like The Sims 4 does, but it does look very cute. Obviously, this is an orchestrated trailer. So I just want to say, okay, a lot of trailers, they look impeccable, but then when you play the game, it's a little bit wank. So I'm praying that Paralives is not a pile of wank. I'm praying that it's good. This is the #1 life sim I've been most excited for out of all of them. I just feel like it looks like a vibe. I really love the art style. This is the perfect life sim art style for me. It's kind of, it reminds me of like JRPGs, like, I don't know, even like Persona or something. Like, it's just a really interesting art style. Here's the thing, like when you look at games like Inzoi or even Life by You that flopped and failed, they all have a very cookie cutter look about them. Like they all just look like they're using generic Unity assets. They don't really look that individual and unique. They don't seem to follow, like have any kind of unique vibe about them. They're just a life sim. But Paralives is the first one where I've truly felt like this is actually something really, really unique and just really, really cool. Of course, all of the Simmers love to complain about everything because Simmers only like The Sims 4. They have a fetish for it. They probably shove it up their asshole aggressively over and over again if they could do, because they love it that much. So when another life sim comes along, they kind of act a little bit almost like territorial. Is that the right word? I just feel like everybody needs to shut up and just look at how good it looks, because okay, obviously we haven't seen it out yet, but I just feel like a lot of the features look really cool. And I'll be honest, this trailer isn't as good as I thought it would be. This trailer is more so just a lot of like aesthetic pose screenshots. Like, you know, it's not gonna look like this in the game. You know, this is all like set up, so it's not that great, to be honest. because it's like with The Sims 4, you know, they do these setup trailers, but they don't actually show off much stuff. In fact, I think the original trailer that they brought out was a lot better, to be honest, because it was, even though it was as orchestrated, it at least showed off the gameplay features, whereas this one isn't really showing off that much. It's also not making what's clear coming in early access versus what's not coming. We do know, by the way, that early access is coming, as you can see, on the 8th of December. So that's in 6 months. It's literally 6 months from now. Jesus. Wow, that's actually a lot sooner than I thought, to be fair. And a lot of people have been like, oh my God, guys, this game has been in development for ages. Like, of course, that's why it's going to be impeccable. So I'm just really excited right now for when Paralives comes out. Did they change their logo again? I think they changed their logo again. What did it look like before? Does anybody prefer like this original logo? I think this one looks a lot better, doesn't it, to be honest? Even if they just got rid of the house, like that was a bad move, I'll be honest. Other than that though, I think the trailer looks aesthetic and cute. February last year, they actually posted this gameplay trailer, and I feel like this gameplay trailer showed off a lot more in terms of what you can do, but obviously things could have changed massively since then. So they showed off 4 like characteristics: creativity, whatever mind is, physique, and charisma. And then you got something called a vibe, as you can see, and then they've got a social perk, and then they've got a talent, they've even got a lifestyle. So obviously, again, as I said, like this could probably be completely different by the time early access comes out. I just feel like this trailer is a lot better because it actually shows off a lot more of the kind of gameplay features. On about paying your bills, the first thing they bloody mention. Not that I know anything about that. I've just moved into my apartment. How do you pay bills? I got no idea. I've not received a letter in the post. I just learned what council tax was today. I've got to pay that. Don't know how I'm paying it. Anyway, I'm definitely excited to see where Paralives goes in terms of making the gameplay more fun, because we do know that, for example, careers are going to be rabbit holes, school is a rabbit hole, pretty much like a lot of the gameplay activities are going to be rabbit holes. So I'm very, very interested to see what gameplay objects come with Paralives from the offset and what things you can actually do with them in the early access. I'm very, very curious to know if it will include anything that The Sims doesn't have, for example, or even Life by You. I'm also wondering if it comes with anything kind of quirky that's just like a Paralives thing. I feel like I accidentally just called it Life by You. Paralives, it's, as I said before, it's the most unique looking one to me, and I really hope they double down on that uniqueness by giving us maybe some unique gameplay objects. You know, The Sims has got some iconic things that are The Sims, you know, like a cow plant or like a vibrating heart bed or heart-shaped hot tub, or that like thing where you spin around in circles, though not in The Sims 4 but in all other Sims games. So anyway, I'm hoping that Paralives does something like that where they add some kind of brand new gameplay features. I'm also really hoping that we get live jobs, and when I say live jobs, I'm not sure exactly what I mean, because honestly I find live careers a little bit boring in The Sims. I find them a little bit boring in Paralives. I don't know if there's anything they could do to make it more fun. Do you know what would be okay that I haven't seen done? Is if it's not live but it comes with like kind of like a little mini game or something. I actually played 2 Pixelia where going to work kind of functioned like a little mini game. So like if you work at a restaurant, which I did in the game, it's kind of works like Flo's Diner Dash, or is it called Undercooked or something? So maybe they could turn it into like a mini game thing with live careers. I don't know, that maybe there's something they could do, but I definitely hope it comes with more live elements than we expect, because in terms of like the Inzoi early access, I really enjoyed Inzoi when it first came out, but then I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? It was an extremely bare bones early access, and unfortunately it flopped very fast. And I think the reason why it flopped very fast is because it simply came out maybe a little bit too early. So I'm really hoping that Paralives is not coming out too early. I personally wouldn't mind them holding off. I mean, they have such a huge amount of support on Patreon for this game. They've literally been able to hire an entire team to create it, which I think is just really interesting how much like enthusiasm the Sims community have put into this game. I'm personally not a part of the Patreon, so I have no idea what's going on with the game. I don't know what updates updates there are. I'm pretty sure they probably share like gameplay updates and stuff with their Patreon members. I have absolutely no idea because I don't feel like I should as a YouTuber, because it's like getting insider information or something. But in terms of the actual gameplay, you can see some of the systems are different to The Sims. What I'm really hoping for is that Paralives comes with a gameplay loop that makes me want to come back over and over again, because I think that's an issue, honestly, that plagues The Sims. It plays any kind of life sim, whether that be The Sims or Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley. It's the kind of game that you play like 10 hours straight every single day, probably even more, 15 hours straight a day, every day for a week, and then you don't touch it again for another 1 to 2 years. It's the same with Minecraft, and I think it's because these kinds of games don't have a great gameplay loop. So I do really hope that Paralives comes with one. I think what's going to make it the most unique is definitely the vibe, because as an indie game, it definitely has like an indie look about it in terms of, you know, being quite cartoony, but also the gameplay. It doesn't seem simple, but it seems, I don't know how to explain it in a way that sounds nice. I was going to say like it seems like basic, but basic is a rude word. I don't mean it in like a basic bitch way though. I just mean basic in terms of like stripping back to basics, like au naturel. In terms of like social features, I know the social stuff is actually a lot different to The Sims, and also the way groups interact with each other and stuff in Paralives. Also, the bar on the left, which is kind of like their like thoughts or whatever. I don't know if you've seen popping up in the video, but the little bar shows up and it just works very differently to The Sims. You also get these different kinds of emotional, like speech bubbly things to come up, as you can see here, which obviously shows that you have an impact in terms of speaking with other paras. It's not just automatic. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like they're doing things a lot more differently in Paralives, and I don't quite know what it is because they haven't revealed too much. What I'm hoping for, what I think they should do 100% is set very realistic expectations for early access, because the average gamer is too stupid to know what early access is. I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm just saying it because it's true. So everybody got Inzoi because they thought, oh my god, the game Inzoi is released, and then they played it for 5 minutes and they were like, oh my god, this game is shit. Nobody ever played Inzoi since. So I think it's really important to, I feel like in marketing, and anybody who works in marketing would agree with me, you can't overhype something. Like, hype has to be level with expectations, or preferably even a little bit lower than expectations, so it looks better than what you expect. So I'm definitely hoping that they give us realistic expectations. This brand new gameplay trailer, was it realistic? I don't quite know. I feel like, I mean, can we just, they're showing off maybe some new things that we haven't seen before. If I move my head out the way and we just look at what's on the left here. So we've got the speech thingy here. Then we've got, this must be friendship. And then like must be skills. This must be job. This must be friendship. This must be, again, skills. I don't know. This must be your inventory. The bottom one must be like your Simology panel. So there we go. And then this is the members of your household in the bottom left as well. I guess we're seeing a little bit of gameplay. I personally have the like impression that build mode is going to be really, really, really hard to do. I can just tell it's too advanced for me. I definitely think I'm going to be more of a gameplay player and a cast player of Paralives. I'm just thinking, like, the way this girl sat on this sofa, like, is it possible to actually do that in game? Is it possible to have your paras sit around a TV? Like, if I select a group of paras and I just click watch TV, will they all autonomously sit in the right places depending on who they are? And, you know, is it that, oh, she's a teen, so, or a child or whatever, so she kind of sits like that, which is what younger people do, whereas she's sitting more like a mum, isn't she? He's sitting like an old man, isn't he? Like, they're all sitting based on like how their age and how they look. So is that going to be a real thing, or is this just an orchestrated scene that they've set up? I want to know. Do you know what, guys? Can I just tell you, this is relevant. Can I tell you why The Sims 2 was so popular? Yes, The Sims 2 was the most iconic, most popular Sims game ever. And do you know why The Sims 2 was so great? It was the little details that made it feel really realistic and everybody loved. With that being said, this kind of stuff, it looks really realistic and this is what people love. I feel like Paralives is giving a lot of good realism right now, and I'm really, really hoping it's not just orchestrated for the trailer. I'm hoping it's really there because I just feel like everything here, a picture tells 1,000 words, or whatever that saying is. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I just feel like the trailer, they definitely did a good job of making it look like cute vanilla happy families. I definitely think that's what's gonna make Paralives good if it does come with all the extra details. I just think it looks really cool. Do you know what I mean? Also, okay, Paralives did send me a press kit, so I can confirm. I'm gonna put it on the screen now. This is a new logo. I hate it. Go back to the old logo right now because this is diabolical. It looks like you're trying to be Disney. It's not a vibe. Okay, guys, write in the comments if you prefer the new logo or the old logo. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you prefer the new logo and I'm just a dumb bitch. Anyway, you let me know. Paralives actually sent me, am I allowed to share this? I don't know. I'm sharing it. Paralives sent me a document. It basically goes over what's coming in the early access versus what they're planning to put in early access. Although, shall I? Okay, it's a really long document. I'm just going to do it for another video. Okay, so I'm going to upload another video tomorrow or soon with what's available in early access because it's very late in the UK right now. And this is a longer video than I thought. Guys, I'm really excited. I'm so excited. Shut the fuck up. Subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video where I go over more information about it. Guys, I need to get some sleep. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you in the next one.